I love reading and collecting antique books because experiencing a glimpse of life from a past time helps me see the bigger picture in the current time. My plan is to make a separate video or even multiple videos of each of these books. But just in case my plans don't come to fruition, I'm going to make a quick summary right now. First, the autobiography of Andrew Carnegie, published in 1920. This book changed my life. It helped me to understand that the mind, like the body, can be moved from the shade into sunshine. So if I'm standing under a tree in the shade and I have a wish to stand in the sun, then I can walk over there. The body can be moved from location A to location B. But if my mind is in a shady mood and I have a wish to move it to a sunny mood, I did not understand that this could be done in the same way I did with the body until I read this book. A sunny disposition is worth more than fortune. Young people should know that it can be cultivated, that the mind, like the body, can be moved from the shade into sunshine. Let us move it then. Laugh trouble away if possible, and one usually can if he be anything of a philosopher. I first read this 3 years ago, and now I'm happy to share that I'm getting much better at moving my mind from the shade into sunshine. Next, I'm going to talk about Logic and the Improvement of the Mind, 2 books that changed my life. They were written by Isaac Watts in the early 1700s. I gained so much from these books, and I've made notes and written down so many lines from them, so I'm just going to pick a few favorites from the top of my mind. The first one is from the beginning of Logic. Reason is the glory of human nature, and one of the chief eminences whereby we are raised above our fellow creatures, the brutes in this lower world. So basically, it's a reminder that reasoning ability is what makes humans intelligent. Our ability to understand why, to see and explain connections. This because of this. I have to do another one from this book. When there is a necessity of expressing things unclean or obscene, a wise man will do it in the most decent language, to excite as few uncleanly ideas as possible in the minds of the hearers. I don't need to elaborate on that. The next line is from The Improvement of the Mind. This is a mini version. They used to do these in the old days. Suffer and dwell upon one thing to make a deep impression on the mind and commit it to lasting remembrance. Again, to me, each of these lines can be examined for a whole video or a whole series of videos or even a whole YouTube channel. I actually considered having a YouTube channel for each of my favorite lines from these books, but then I realized that would be a little bit difficult. This one I say to myself all the time, whenever I notice myself skipping, scrolling, flipping from one exciting thing to another, or whenever I notice myself getting bored quickly, I whisper to myself, suffer and dwell upon one thing. And that calms me down. And now one more book The Autobiography of Ben Franklin. This book changed my life. It's funny how my love for these books actually make it more difficult to talk about them rather than the other way around. I don't know why. Anyway, one line that really changed my thinking from this book. When another asserted something that I thought an error, I denied myself the pleasure of contradicting him abruptly and of showing immediately some absurdity in his proposition. This was something I was definitely guilty of and wanted to change, and when I found that it was a big problem for Ben, it made me feel such a connection with him and made me feel so much better about myself. And to notice that it's pleasurable to tell somebody what they're saying is stupid. Like, we get pleasure from that. That's a pleasurable act. And that has to be recognized first before any change can be made. So once I saw that that was a pleasurable thing, then I can deny myself that pleasure. I can choose to get pleasure from somewhere else, from some other things in the world, than telling somebody what they're saying is stupid. Anyway, that's it. There's so many more books and so many more ideas that I want to talk about. But if this is all I managed to do, then I am very happy.